Hey guys, welcome back to another quick tutorial in Project Spark. This time taking a look at jumping puzzles, and no, it's not the one behind me. We are looking at this one over here. It's a lot more simple. That one isn't actually a puzzle, think about it. So this this is a simple jumping puzzle. We have simple rocks, simple logic cubes, simple brains, and a simple guy on the on the control. No, that's not right. Oh dear. This is very easy to set up, it's very easy to customize if you're thinking of doing some sort of puzzle game and you want a jumping puzzle in it, or some sort of like maze without walls or something. You could think of it like that, where if you had a certain grid size, 3x3, 12x12, a million by a million, but it doesn't make a difference. I don't know if you could fit that in. But you wanted the player to kind of walk in a certain path, in a certain direction. You could use this very easy setup to do that, and at the end that would spawn their reward and allow them to progress, or whatever it is that your game entails. So I'll give you a quick demo first, where we just jump from rock to rock, like so, 4, 5, and it spawns us a chest. We open the chest, grab our reward, and we're all happy. And if I just quickly go back to the start, you'll see that it only works the once. So we can't just keep going round and round and spawning our reward in an infinite amount of times. Very important. So let's take a look at how that works then, shall we? Nice and easy, like I said, we've got 5 logic cubes, 5 rocks, 5 trigger zones. Nice and simple. So if we go into this first one here, we've got this one line where we use a time and logic once, and we set a global variable. I've just called it rock1. It's a boolean variable, and we've equaled that to false. So the game starts, and it starts off with this variable as false, just so that it doesn't skip this first one. And when it checks then to see if the player is in the trigger zone, I'm using a global object variable because I'm using multiple characters that you can select from. If you're just using one single character, you can use the objectile player, or you can use your in-will picker to select your character. If we are in this trigger zone, it'll check and it'll set that same rock1 variable to true. Nice and simple, 2 lines. Same again with this one, it checks first to see if rock1 is true. If it is, then we've got this child link that says if the first one is true, and then we are in the trigger zone as well, it'll set its own rock2 variable to true. And this just carries on for as long as you want it to go on. It'll check to see if the it'll check to see if the variable before it is true. If it is, then it sets its own variable to true. So if we look at this one, this will be rock4, where it checks to see if the previous variable is true. If it is and we are in the trigger zone, it'll set itself to true. And then when you get to the end of it, you'll just check to see if the previous one is, and then where you check after to see if you are in the trigger zone as well, you just add a once in before, and that means you can only use it the once. You won't be able to keep running around and around and around to spawn unlimited rewards. Ultimate rewards. And here I've just got it to create a chest at the position, and I've got this one effect playing so it doesn't duplicate effects, just in case, because sometimes I've had issues where I've taken out the once in some other props and it duplicates itself. And then at the end I've just set its own variable back to false as well, just to be sure. A little added extra tip here I think I'll chuck in at the end. If you wanted to know how to spawn a custom reward from a chest rather than just the standard coin, on line 4 where it says treasure equals create, and it'll have a coin there from the gallery picker. So it'll have the normal coin that's in here. But if we go into the in-will picker, if you just drop a coin in the world somewhere and go into its properties, into the brain, and set it as a template, and then select it like that, or you can select any object you want if you wanted a giant iceberg coming out your chest. Sure. And then another little thing you can do is if you go into the coin brain, go down to line 5 where it says player, which is an object variable, the number variable coin counter, and it sets the player as whoever interacts with it. And as standard, it comes by incremented by 1, which just adds 1 coin to your amount. But if you go into the numbers, you can then set whatever you want. I'll just set that back to 4. And that's it. Nice and simple. Simple puzzle, and able to spawn a reward, and you can spawn whatever you want. Nice. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.